Good afternoon, my dear students from Ishtar Private Secondary School for Girls, 5th grade. This is again your teacher of English, Rima Tai. Dear girls, our lesson today is so and such. So and such. The form so plus adjective. So زائدا صفة. The first example. The mall was so crowded. Was is the verb. So crowded. So comes here before the adjective crowded. المول كان مزدحما جدا. The second example. She is always so angry and worried. هي دائما غاضبة جدا وقلقة جدا. She is the subject, is here the main verb and verb to be at the same time. Always is one of the frequency adverbs. So جدا and angry the first adjective here and worried the second adjective. So here comes before the two adjectives. The exams were so difficult. The subject plus where. The subject here is plural. So we used here verb to be where. So difficult. الامتحانات كانت صعبة جدا. So plus adverb. So زائدا ظرف. The first example. He was driving so carefully. He is the subject. Was driving is the verb, which is in the past continuous. So carefully. So here comes before the adverb carefully. كان يسوق بحذر جدا. She washed the dishes so quickly. She washed. She is the subject. Washed here is the main verb, which is in the past simple. The dishes is the object plus so and the adverb quickly. غسلت الصحون بسرعة جدا. And the last example. They were shouting so loudly. They is the subject, where shouting is the verb, which is in the past continuous, and a plus so, and the adverb loudly. كانوا يصرخون بصوت عال جدا. Now let us take such plus a or an plus adjective plus noun. الآن نأخذ such زائد واحد من أدوات التنكير أي أو an زائد الصفة زائد الاسم. Let us take the first example. It is such a wonderful weather. إنه طقس رائع إلى درجة كبيرة. It is the subject plus is the verb plus such plus the article a because W is a consonant and weather is singular. أداة التنكير A استخدمناها هنا لأن حرف W حرف صحيح وweather كلمة weather طقس مفرد. The second example. It was such an exciting movie. It is the subject plus was the verb. Such plus an because E is a vowel. حرف الإي حرف علة لذلك سبقناه بآن. And the noun movie is singular. Film is مفرد. The third example: I had such a delicious meal yesterday. تناولت وجبة لذيذة إلى درجة كبيرة البارحة. I is the subject plus the main verb had, which is in the past simple, plus such and the indefinite article a because D is consonant and meal is singular and the complement of the sentence. Note: لاحظي عزيزتي الطالبة, you can use so and such with and without that and a result clause. تستطيعين أن تستخدمي so و such مع أو بدون كلمة ذات وجملة النتيجة result clause. Example: He was so angry that I couldn't speak to him. كان غاضبا جدا بحيث لم أستطع أن أتكلم معه. He is the subject, was here the main verb, and verb to be at the same time, plus so, plus the adjective الصفة angry, plus that, and here is the result clause, جملة النتيجة. The second example: It was such a boring movie. We walked out of the cinema. كان فيلما مملا إلى درجة كبيرة. تمشينا خارج السينما. It is the subject, was here the main and the auxiliary verb at the same time, such plus a because B here is consonant, a boring movie, adjective plus noun, and here is the result clause without using that. We can use that here. It was such a boring movie that we walked out of the cinema. The same meaning. Use. Use so plus adjective or the adverb or such plus a or an depending on the consonant or the vowel plus adjective plus noun to exclaim. استعملي so زائد صفة أو ظرف أو استخدمي such زائد أدوات التنكير أي أو آن اعتمادنا على حروف الصحيحة أو حروف العلة زائد الصفة زائد الاسم لتعلني بقوة. For example, she is so good in writing poems. She is the subject plus the verb is and so the adjective good and the complement of the sentence. هي جيدة جدا بكتابة القصائد. They walk so fast. They is the subject plus the main verb walk plus so plus the adverb fast. يتمشون بسرعة شديدة. She is such a beautiful girl. She is the subject plus is the verb plus such and here the adjective a beautiful and the noun girl. We are such hard-working students. نحن طلاب مثابرون إلى درجة كبيرة. We is the subject plus are plus such and the adjective hardworking and the noun students. You can express cause and result with so and such and that. تستطيعين أن تعبري عن السبب والنتيجة مع استخدام so و such that. For example, the exam was so difficult that he couldn't answer it well. الامتحان كان صعبا جدا بحيث أنه لم يستطع أن يجيب عليه بشكل جيد. The exam is the subject. The verb was. So here before the adjective difficult. That subject, another one, and the complement of the question which is the result. هنا هي النتيجة. The film was so interesting that I watched it till the end. الفيلم كان ممتعا جدا بحيث أنني شاهدته حتى النهاية. The film is the subject plus the verb was. So here before the adjective interesting plus that plus another subject and watched here the verb and the complement of the sentence here is the result and the film was so interesting is the cause السبب والنتيجة. The third example, it was such an expensive car that he wasn't able to buy it. كانت سيارة غالية إلى درجة كبيرة بحيث لم يستطع أن يشتريها أو لم يكن قادرا على أن يشتريها. It is the subject plus was the verb. Here we used such plus the article an because e is a vowel. e حرف علة لذلك استخدمنا an and this is the adjective and this is the noun plus that and here is the result. The fourth example, they had such an exciting time they didn't want to leave. Here is the cause and here is the result. They is the subject plus had the main verb. Here we use such plus an because e is a vowel again. Time is a noun and here is the result جملة النتيجة وهذه جملة السبب. It was such a wonderful party. Everyone enjoyed it. It is the subject plus was plus such and the indefinite article a because w is a consonant again. Party is a noun and here is the result. Everyone enjoyed it without using that. Let us take more examples. A Ferrari is so fast. A Ferrari is such a fast car. سيارة الفيراري سريعة جدا. إنها سيارة سريعة إلى درجة كبيرة. The coffee is so hot. القهوة حارة جدا. So plus the adjective. That is such a hot cup of coffee. Here we use such. Plus the adjective plus the noun and the complement. The movie is so bad. So plus adjective. Titanic is such a bad movie. Titanic فيلم سيء إلى درجة كبيرة. The puppy is so cute. That is such a cute puppy. Let us take Unit 2, Lesson 7. Complete the conversation with words and phrases from the box. دعينا نكمل الحوار بكلمات وعبارات من الصندوق. So crowded that, such a long way, such, that, so hot. The conversation is between Noor and Katie. Pay attention. Would you like to go for a walk to the shops? Not really. I don't feel like it. It's, of course, so hot today. حار جدا اليوم. We can walk to Abu Nu'as Park. It's nice and cool there. But that's, of course, such a long way to walk. طريق طويل إلى درجة كبيرة. Don't be so lazy. You will like it when we get there. It's so lovely and shady under the trees. Oh, Noor, why don't we go tomorrow? No, tomorrow's a Friday and it'll be really crowded. How do you know? I went there last Friday with Latifa and it was, of course, number 3, so crowded that مزدحم جدا بحيث we couldn't get a seat in the shade. لم نستطع أن نحصل على مقعد في الظل. You are exaggerating a bit. أنت تبالغين قليلا, aren't you? No, really. There were, number 4, of course, such long queues. طابور طويل إلى درجة كبيرة at the drinks stalls. Yes, number 5, that we nearly died of thirst. Okay, let's go. But let's go for a drink and an ice cream first to give us energy. Honestly, Katie, it's just a walk to the park, not a trip across the Sahara. I know, but I really feel like an ice cream. Okay, we can have one at the Oasis Cafe. That's a really good idea. Let's go in 10 minutes. Dear girls, this is the end of our lecture today. Hoping to see you in our next lecture. Have a nice day and thank you for paying attention.